one, go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Divine Brothers podcast. It's been a long time, but we had to celebrate the year of the horse. It's a brand new beginning, not just in China, but all across the world. New jobs, new travels, new relationships. It's been a hell of a journey, man. And sometimes you gotta press that reboot button, you know? And I was glad I did. Chase, Austin, you guys feeling good after that little break? You feel a little refreshed, a little recharged, ready to go. How's everybody feeling, man? How about you, Chase? How you doing?
Recharge? No, but not drained, just in a different place with different people. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Chase has got big news, man. He's in a brand new state with a new job and new people, new everything, man. And it's a long way from Hawaii, you know. Are you adjusting okay?
It's super isolated. I'm gonna have to make a move. But yeah, everybody's been cool. Working with some natives out here. The wildlife's been a little scary. I've never seen an elk before. It's a very large creature. It was kind of because the guy I'm working with was showing me around the first day, and I was trying, you want to put a good impression on. You want to be like, oh, this is Chase. He's a calm, stable person. And that's what I was portraying. I was like, oh, yeah, I am. And we're driving up the road. This fucking 800-pound fucking bull elk walks in the middle. I go, what the fuck is that? I go, is that a fucking deer? He goes, that's an elk, dude. And I was like, oh, yeah, 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 right. It's like, I've never seen one before, but the chase came out for a second. And I think it kind of startled him a bit. I was like, fuck, it's a big fucking Bambi, man. Never
And
seen him.
wildlife's scary, dude.
It's fucking scary,
Like
man.
when I was out in Oneana, I went deep around the like I made full big walks all along like way back there, those trails nobody goes down. Like I was lucky it was the bit of winter, but you just saw like animal shit. Like big poops from something that wasn't a deer. You know what I mean? And you see those holes in the ground and you're like, that's not a little snake. That's a big snake where that comes from. And you get a little of that tingly feeling where you realize, oh, I'm a city slicker, man. I don't know if I'm ready for this wild stuff in New Mexico. A reservation in New Mexico, that's as wild as it gets, man. So you better be walking around with, I don't know, something to protect you, just to make sure you don't get fucked up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've heard mixed review. Everybody's here has been really cool so far. Since there's some really kind of terrifying natives. Like it's like there's
Mm.
terrifying. I've met two that were just scary, but the scariest one was this old woman, like a picture of a Native American, like you imagine in your head, that's exactly what she looks like. And I had to
Yeah.
interact with her, and she gave me this look of just like you Western medicine white man, like you are the way it pierced my soul. Like the way she looked at me, I was like, oh my God. It
You
was,
better start like tanning, man, because they're gonna look at you like a white devil.
he,
You better hide it somehow,
that's true. He can't, it's so fucking cold. You can't tan right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin? How you feeling, dude?
I feel fine. I'm really more interested in Chase's thing. He got attacked by an elk. He barely made it away with his life intact, so that's pretty exciting.
That's not true at all. I was on my phone and I wasn't paying attention, and the elk was way closer than I suspected. I want to say something too about that farm in Alabama that you were going deep in those back roads. I don't do that anymore. And I have one story. I took the motorbike around way back on that path past the second lake, the one that goes up the hill.
It
When
goes way on,
it goes
like a
deep,
long way. Yeah.
it just goes till there's still a trail, but like the trail just gets overgrown with grass. You
Yep.
can't see anymore. I'm up there on the motorbike one day and I'm going, and I come across this dead deer. It's just in the middle of the path. It's just dead. Like there's no marks in it, nothing killed it. And I turned around and went home. I was trying to tell someone to come with me. Nobody went. I must be like 14 or something. I get on that bike like an hour later and go back. That carcass was gone. Like
Whoa.
this was a big fucking deer. And I was like, "Man, that scared me. Like very few things could drag that off the ground. It'd have to be a mountain lion or a bear. I was like, yep, time to leave. I'm not doing this again, man. It scared me.
Yeah. Man. It's wild out there. It is, but beautiful. I really dug it, man. We'll get to Oneana, man, but I did a lot of traveling these past few weeks. I went to San Diego, Lubbock, Dallas, Florida, Oneana. Like, I was all over the place, but I got to tell you guys something. I now believe I've made this executive decision in my life. It is important to meet people face to face. I don't think texting or messages or emails is the same shit. I think that's just like a band-aid on a relationship. You got to take the time to meet people in person. I think it makes all the difference in the world, you know? Like you can tell like I did like 10 years of healing and relationship just from meeting somebody in person, you know? Like it was so important and nobody does it anymore. Like it's too much effort because everybody's too far away. It's important, man. You've got to go in person and interact and laugh with somebody and joke around with somebody. And I believe in it. So Chase, if you got the hesitation, man, go out there and reconnect with the old people from Chase life. It's important.
It is interesting when you go somewhere and it's easier. Like here, it's been super easy to shake hands in person. I don't know why. I do
Mhm.
believe that some places you just vibe easier than others. So yeah, I agree with that, and it's a good way to plug into a community. It's a great skill to have. The young people don't know how to do it, and then a lot of people over COVID got used to doing this, and they just don't have the strength to meet up in
Yeah,
person.
you say like they don't have the skills. I don't think it's that they don't have the skills. I think they just don't do it. They're afraid to. You know what I mean? Like I think people just kind of forgot about meeting in person because of the modern world. You know, I was talking to people like all throughout the journey and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I don't see anybody anymore. You know, nobody ever hangs out anymore. Like it's all online or whatever. You know." And like by the end of these hangout sessions, like with all these different people, they were all like, "Ah, I love you, man. Just please come back to it again." You know, every
But
single
maybe that's
time.
something me and you have. Maybe that's just in our DNA. Like when we're around people, they want more of us.
And it's something intoxicating.
I
What can
say
I say?
that
Austin,
humbly,
did you feel
humbly say that.
intoxicated by my presence and Vic's presence? Did you feel the life that came from us?
It was a really unique experience. I remember we were like pulling up to the house, and I had been there once before, maybe 20 years ago, and I had a radically different memory of what that house looked like. And I talked to Dean about that, and I had a radically different memory of what that back porch looked like that was connected to the lake or the pond or whatever. But yeah, seeing Dean for the first time in maybe 20 years or so was
Jesus, that's
pretty
a
weird.
long, yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time. And you're right, like there's a kind of an energy about Dean that you just don't get on camera. He has a unique presence about him that you only get when you're in physical proximity to this individual. Uh, yeah, and seeing Vic again, he seemed very relaxed. And when you explained to me that he's been retired for like 20 years and has a an attractive Brazilian girlfriend, I guess I can understand that.
Yeah. You know, it was, I guess we should go ahead and get into it, man. So me, Austin, Bobby, who you may know from the book club, Vic and Steve, we all hung out together. And me and Austin, we tripped together, had a few shrooms, nothing crazy, just like a pretty standard dose and all that sort of stuff. And I got to tell you, man, it was, oh, and Edwin there was there too, of course. Yeah. And we all, man, it just went smoothly. Chase, you will remember this and I thought about what you said a long time ago. When I trip, I just so clearly enter a role. Like, Shakespeare said, like the world is a stage and every man has a role. When I'm tripping, I always go into this role. Jace, you remember the director? You remember you said that to me,
Yeah, I
right? You
saw your
remember
past
that?
life. Yeah, I know what you were.
Yes. Man, I just slipped into this. I get so comfortable when I'm tripping. And I just, like I was just like, let's go here. Let's walk around here. Let's sit here. Let's do that. And it was just smooth. So smooth. Everybody getting along, good conversations. Just like, I was all worried about Edwin, because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work because of, things I've said on the podcast that upset him and stuff like that. But he was totally cool, no problem. Vic was hanging out with everybody. Vic's like down there. We got the fire pit out on the deck. So we had the fire at night. Oh, it's beautiful. Just smooth, good hanging. And you know what, man? There is a contentment to just sitting down there in a chair on the lake. Like I called it Mr. Painter contentment. Like where there was just not a place in the world I would rather be than just sitting right there on that dock in the lake.
I,
And I said, "Hey, just keep me here forever, God. Please, please
Austin,
just keep me here."
Austin, you
It was
never met
beautiful.
the myth of Mr. Painter. He was a white man with this huge white beard and he just painted shit. He was a simple guy, but apparently he had read every book of significance.
What?
Yes.
Really?
He was
No
like the
way.
Yes, he was like the ultimate conversation. He would talk anything. He knew all the philosophers. Like you had him over and he would stay hours just like going at it. He's just going at it. But he was just this country guy with his tiny little, and he painted shit. But he had read everything. And it was like, wow, it's kind of a cool role to play in a little
I
hick
did
town.
not know that about the reading, man.
He
I
was
remember
he was the
very
town
vividly.
philosopher. Yeah.
Holy shit, awesome. You are the reincarnated Mr. Painter, man. It's happening.
Hey,
Shit.
hey, so I'm really having a good time out here. You know what these people are really into out here?
Well,
Bigfoot. And they haven't
uh,
seen it, but they've heard it. And I was talking, this is a great conversation with this chick. And she's like, yeah, I live alone in this tree. Like, I heard him. I know what it was. She goes, have you ever heard of samurai talk? And I was like, what the fuck is samurai talk? And she's like, it's when Bigfoot actually tries to converse in Bigfoot language. And I was like, what does that sound like? She's like, and she goes, I don't want to do it. It's like, it sounds like they're trying to talk, but it doesn't kind of come out in words. She goes, I don't want to say it. It's too scary. So every time I see her, I start going, "Wah," and she get away from me. She starts freaking out. I love
that
these
kind of
people.
sounds like the Disturbed. Remember that?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sounds like
That kind
that.
of thing,
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Samurai talk, kind of like that. Yeah.
they're a little hesitant around it at first. Like, oh
Uh,
yeah, there's things out there. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, you believe? All the doctors here did not. But let me tell you what I've seen. And I'm like, tell me,
they
tell me
like
what you.
Chase. Chase is their number one. They're like, oh, we want Chase. I like that, man. I like that. You got to go to their level, man.
I'm going to the
Maybe
MUFON meeting tomorrow. I'm going to go meet with all
what's
the freaks.
a move on?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's the Bruce organization, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's cryptoid as well, so it includes all the dogmen and Bigfoot and everything.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It's gonna be great, man. I can't wait. Awesome. How was the trip for you, man? Did you enjoy it?
Oh,
Yeah, it was excellent. The setting was great. We had a wonderful walk around the property. I did go through brief periods of like intense introspection from the mushrooms, but I walked away feeling very positive and ultimately feeling it was well worth it. And I certainly felt how you felt. It was much better being around people. Like actually, it was actually even good to see Vic again, which I don't know if I ever disliked Vic, but I would say there were times where I had mixed feelings towards him. But he kind of redeemed himself during this trip. He had a really positive attitude. He seemed very concerned that I was comfortable and had everything that I needed. So, give him props for that. I felt very good about that.
Dude, Vic loved Edwin. He wouldn't shut up. He thought Edwin was a fucking hero.
why?
He was all
Why?
about Edwin. Cause Austin, you didn't tell this. I couldn't believe you didn't tell me this, Austin. I
You're
think you were trying
welcome.
to keep it positive, so thank you. They got fucking you got like a ticket on the way to Oneana, right?
Who
Like
did?
Edwin got a ticket.
Well, there was a stop sign ticket as he was going to the gas station, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. And yeah, we just didn't want to bring the mood down.
It was more than that, man. Vic told me. So you tell me if Vic exaggerated. He might have. He told me that the cops fucking harassed Edwin. They like gave him like three tickets. Like they
Uh,
fucking saw and were just like this piece of shit and like harassed him and stuff. And I was like, what? He didn't even bring that up the entire trip and stuff. Thank you for not. 'Cause you clearly respected the trip, but I think Vic was just like he's a civil rights hero. Like he was like that fucking kid. He has to live in Alabama all the time. What a fucking man! Like he must be get so much shit, and he stays here. Like God damn, he was so impressed.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, we're gonna get it taken care of. But yeah, it's just I don't know if he was harassed or not. I don't know if they like because his car was kind of in bad shape, and I kind of think that maybe they search out people like that because it was an accident. The door is kind of scratched up. So I couldn't tell you, but yeah, ultimately it wasn't really worth mentioning and bringing the party down. But yeah,
Okay.
not a big deal.
Jace, it was interesting hanging out with everybody because you know how it is when you're tripping. Like you get to see people in a insightful way, right? And Austin here, man, let me tell you something, dude. I was seeing all kinds of shit in Austin. It was fantastic. As I was going around, like Austin, I wrote all about this, but Austin, like I was in such a beautiful place. Like I was so happy to be tripping. You know, I was just so happy because it'd been years and years and years since I'd done anything, you know. And I could sense this tension in Austin. Like he was like just all wound up and I couldn't get him to hang out. And it was like I couldn't get him to relax and it was really pissing me off because he had the tension so deep, like deep internally in tension. And then I was like, well, maybe this is just how he is. Like maybe this is just him and he accepts that that's him and stuff. And that's okay with him, you know? But as the evening went on, by the time we had the fire pit out, I believe, Austin, that you relaxed a bit and you were in a good place by the end of the. You weren't worried about Edwin. You weren't worried about anything. And when we were all sitting there around the fire and stuff, I was like, that's where I want him. That's the beautiful place right there. You know, I love that, man, because to me that said Austin can release all of his tension. It's possible for them to get to a place of just chill, happy, relaxed, you know? Do you know what I'm saying, dude? Or am I totally misreading things? It's possible this is all in my head,
It's a
you know?
misread. It was all a farce. It was
Could
miserable.
be. I admit it. Yeah.
No, I was kind of wound up. I think he was just like being around new people and stuff like that. But and I felt like the mushrooms like me made me too self-aware for a period of time. But once they started to
Yeah.
like to kind of like lift a little bit, you go through that kind of like things become gentle and easy, you know, towards the end of the trip, and I did lighten up quite a bit. So I think your perspective was more or less correct.
Yeah, and Bobby Chase, Bobby would like I could feel the light coming from Bobby. He's a good dude and all that, but he had a darkness to him too. Like there was a shadow following him. It was like a flickering candle. Like the light was always there, but you could tell like, man, one bad blow and this is gonna go out. You know, like and again I wrote all about this too, but it like I could feel the delicateness, you know, like oh man, you gotta somebody's got to fuel this fire, man. Somebody's got to get this thing going, like a good woman or something like that. And Steve Chase, Steve is our number one fan. Like goddamn, he's listened to every single episode. He was so nice, so cool, just exactly the vibe you'd expect, Chase. Just keeping it real, you know what I mean? And it was so good to see him around. And Vic was just happily floating. He was so freaked out at first, like, yeah, you know what? You sure you want to do? You're gonna lose your mind. What if you get like try to kill yourself and all that? And then like I immediately go up there and he starts making fun of me and recording me. And so I was like, okay, you see, this is nothing, right, Vic? I was so close to getting him to take some. I was really close. I really wanted him to do it, you know. But in the end, he was just down there shooting the shit, just talking with Steve and cracking jokes, and it's beautiful, man. All along that lake, that gorgeous, gorgeous lake, and like the sun in the evening, and the weather was good. Like just, it was fantastic, fucking tastic, man. Good trip, good trip.
Sounds like a great trip.
It was. We really sad you couldn't be there, Chase. We tried calling you, but the connection was bad.
I was at work. I told
Called him.
him that the day before I was working.
Got a hold of him. Remember, there at the end, right behind the fire pit and stuff. Got a hold of him. I was amazed. Me and Austin were the only ones. Nobody else wanted to do it. I was certain Bobby would do some, but I guess he wasn't. I
So,
guess he wasn't in.
it's been a while since I've been in a workplace, and you know, you it's interesting how you approach dynamics. And I think Dean has this too. We have a very bold way of presenting ourselves there is food in different categories of this hospital I'm at. And anytime somebody has it, I just go in there and put my hand out. And they just they give me their food. I'm like, oh, you brought me breakfast. That's very kind of you. And there's it confuses the shit out of people. They're like, oh, oh, sure. And it's like, thank you. Yeah. And that's how I kind of break the ice by taking their breakfast. Yeah. It's worked really
What's
well.
going on in the world? Well, that's the important thing. If it's working, if you got the read on the people, there you go. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
they're they're super like the Hawaiians. They just want to crack jokes. They just want to have a
Okay.
good time, man. It's fantastic. There's something that happened with white people that something got shoved up their ass and that they never were able to take it out. Like these people are cool, man. They're just chilling. Not a lot's getting done, but they're chilling.
I I get the feeling that you're gonna find a good balance there. Like I think you're gonna find the method, you know, like where you're like, all right, I've got this dialed in. I know exactly what I need to do, and it's gonna be smooth from that point on. It's gonna take some tinkering, you know.
Tinkering.
Fucking dude, let me tell you something. So Chase, I'm so fucking like this was a fucking achievement for me and the family. Like I kept things smooth. There was nothing, like with me and mom, it was beautiful. With me and Vic, funny. The only time I lost my cool was with the two of them together because they just they can't. It's like a an exponential explosion of complaining about Chase. They just, you're their favorite topic of conversation. Let's talk about how fucked Chase is, and they can't help it. They can't. I look at them like, guys, you got to stop. I was able to keep it in check when they're on their own, but together they just can't stop. Like, so Chase is like working with somebody older. No big deal, right? But to them, this relationship, it's gonna fuck everything up. It's gonna lead to him getting canned. It's so awful. Chase can't help himself. Chase is gonna start some shit. It's all gonna be terrible. And I'm just like, why, guys? Why? Why is this the topic of conversation? You have to focus on why not just have some faith and let him come to you instead of 10 hours of speculation about how fucked he is.
Well, look.
Don't give
If I'm not the topic of interest and you are engaging in a conversation
it's
about
money. It's money
something
or that.
going horribly wrong to somebody, I can see how it's enticing. But when you are the topic, it's not fun. It's not fun, man. Yeah, there's something wrong with those people.
It is. It's something really wrong with him, man. And like, if it's not that, it's fucking money. It's always money. You owe me this. He owes me that. And just, it's, I don't know how they fucking did it for 20 years, man. Like, I have no idea how they could have survived that long because I couldn't survive 4 days. I almost lost it at the end, Chase. I texted you right there at the end. On their own, I can handle them, but god damn, that is a titanic force of negative energy that they just exist in. Like it's normal. This is just life. This is every conversation. And I I don't get it.
But
I guess it's
it's
normal.
been good for me
I mean,
because the expectations are zero. There's an expectation of failure, so I can only go up from there, man. So it's not
yeah.
so bad.
God
I'd
damn,
like to get
man.
a reading on from Chase though. Chase, do you feel like you're gonna do something catastrophic and ruin everything?
Oh no, no. I think I'm too seasoned at this point. I get that, and it's not. The vibe is the people are cool. If the people are
Dude,
cool, it's not. It's just kind of easy. Yeah.
I think one thing that our whole family has misjudged there's one thing our family does not understand about Chase. His entire life is dealing with people. Like he is an expert in dealing with people, and nobody seems to understand that. They always think you're gonna fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like just I don't understand it. I guess nobody really knows you, man.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's interesting. We had a family situation in Hawaii, and there were people out there, and it was a situation in my field, which is psychology, and nobody listened to me.
No
Like
respect.
none. I was like, I already made the calls. I know like this is what's going to happen. They're like, yeah, but what if it doesn't, Chase? Did you think of that? And I'm like, what is this? Why are you, what is going on right now? It's like, I've worked here. I know.
You had
Yeah,
nothing
but
to them, man.
yeah, but do you really know? I think we know. And I'm like, okay, All right. It's just like it was all good intention, but it made me realize like, oh my I am below zero on the radar for these
Yeah,
people. And that's okay. That's right.
yeah.
It doesn't phase me at all. That's all right. It's just
It-
it was a
there's a
shock for a
toxic
second, but you
It's a
realize you're good.
toxicity to big side of the family that's really brutal, man. I was hanging out with mom's side of the family. We were having a blast, man. Like, fuck, I was hanging with daddy
You were
there,
hanging out with yeah, you were hanging
Thomas
out
and
with people that
Dee.
are not blood on that side. They're
Yeah,
cool. The blood relatives are a little
even Schumann. I had an all right time with him, man. Like so it was. I'm just saying that just here was my strategy, and Austin, I owe this to Ram Dass with me and mom and with Vic. I was like, I'm gonna do shit. We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna cook. We're gonna go out and do something. We're gonna run an errand or whatever. And man, that worked. You keep them busy. You don't let them sit there and drink wine because that's all they want to do is sit down and drink, And like when you're just sitting there drinking at a restaurant, well, get ready for the complaining because it's just gonna be nonstop if you don't do that shit. But you keep them busy. All right, man. Fucking Vic, like I had a great time with Vic as we were traveling around. We just talked about where we're gonna eat on the road. We spent 3 hours. I'm like,
Cracker
we should
Barrel.
eat here.
Cracker Barrel.
No, dude, he took me to this barbecue place, Jim and Nick's, I think something Jim and Nick's. It was so good. Fuck me, it was good. That was one of the best meals ever, man. I could not believe how good it was, man. It was a winner. That was a great. We were gonna go to the Cracker Barrel, but there was like a 2 hour wait.
Hmm.
It's like fuck this, we're on the fucking Jim and Nick's over in Hoover, Alabama, and we
What?
we ate there.
All
Delicious.
right. Enough about bitching and complaining and barbecue. Austin, you were tripping and you were tight wound. What was going through your mind? I want an epiphany. I want an observation of Dean. I mean,
Sure, yeah. Let's get the Austin
you saw
perspective,
all the
man.
flaws in him, I'm sure, and I want you to express them right now. Please, sure.
Well, I guess the first flaw was Dean. Dean is a very built like he's very strong. Yeah, yeah. I don't think it comes like off well on
Round or
camera.
strong? Which
I,
one?
I knew you were going to ask for that clarification, Chase. All right, give us the clarification, Austin. What did you mean by strong? Yeah,
I took it like he worked out pretty often.
see that?
Yeah, but I mean, a
Yeah.
bowling ball is a strong ball, but it's round.
Strong ball, strong ball. It knocks down the pins. Yeah. All right, keep going, keep going. Let's keep hearing. Flaw number two. Let's hear this.
He's not done talking about that. You're interrupting him. What
Okay,
else did you
okay,
have to
okay.
say about his body type?
All right, all
Please.
right.
No, so I went over to give him a hug and he like grabs me aggressively and like shakes my entire body. It was
This
pretty
is Sir
unnerving.
Dominance to let you know that he's going to
Yeah.
be in charge on this trip. Okay, that's what he does.
You know what though? Let me tell you, man. That first meeting was super important because I was like, this is the first Edwin impression, and I was like, I better show him that I'm a friendly dude. I wanted him to see like I'm not gonna be weird. I'd rather it be an aggressive hug than an awkward, that sort of thing. I really wanted to set the tone for chill. Anyways, I apologize for the aggressive hug, brother. I didn't mean to scare you off with that.
Oh no, it's fine. Just unexpected. I didn't expect that. Your presence is large, I would say. And I don't mean that in like a
Large.
circuitous kind of
Did you
fashion.
hear that? Not in a circuitous way, Chase. Not in a round way. In a personality way.
He's saying he
Not
couldn't
in a
get his
fat
arms around
fuck
you.
way.
He couldn't even hug you.
No, that is not what he is saying, Chase. All right, Austin, continue.
Beyond that, Dean gave me a very thoughtful gift at the table. He gave me an I Ching scroll that was picked out by a real priest of some religion or another.
Sounds like a lie, but yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Yeah.
And he also gave me a very lovely black notebook, which I actually have right next to me right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, what
What did you
epiphanies did you have about him tripping balls when you were looking at him? Did you see the darkness or the what did you see? Did you see the demons or come on, give us something. What
no,
did you
I
Hey, I'm ready,
still
man.
Dean was incredibly chatty, Chase. Is he like this when he's with you too?
you wanted to shut him up? That's what you do. He's like,
At
yeah,
times I did. I was like, you can't get a word in edgewise with this guy. But I
Yeah.
think it was the mushrooms because later on the night he became a much better conversationalist. But towards the beginning, oh man, this guy was just talking up a storm. It was
About what?
incredible.
What was he
It was
talking
just
about?
me and Bobby, man. Me and Bobby going back and forth. Yeah, I thought I felt the. I think that's totally fair because I was. That's always how it is when I trip. Like it's that explosion of energy, and it goes down to that beautiful cruise, like when you're just gliding down there at the end, you know. But I felt that like Austin was really concerned about Edwin, you know, and Edwin it was an awkward place for him, you know, to be between people who knew each other and he's the new guy and stuff. So Austin felt the pull to Edwin and the pull back to the conversation. And he was kind of going back and forth. But Bobby was my constant companion throughout all of this. And we were talking nonstop the entire time. But I thought that was an equal exchange. I guess I wasn't shutting the fuck up, man. I keep that in mind for next time, Austin. Shit.
No, it wasn't that bad, but I think it might have been both of you because Bobby likes to talk too. But I will say you had a very positive attitude about you the entire trip, and you took more than I did, and the way you held together very admirably, and you never cracked even for a second, as far as I saw. You always had it well together.
I've tripped a lot, man. Like there was a period in graduate school where I was doing acid all the fucking time. Like there was this, it was a guy who had the Silk Road connection, you know, but I used to get them like delivered in the mail and stuff. And we'd pop acid left and right. And I just feel comfortable. I know tripping. And it was so, when it came over me, Austin, it was just like, oh, here we are. I know I'm back in the saddle, you know, like, and I really did feel like there's nothing, even the worst tripping episode I could handle. And those shrooms were mellow. They felt in a beautiful way. Like those were chill, not grab you by the ball shrooms. Those were like, hey man, you ready for your ride? Let's enjoy this. Let's cruise together. You know, they were great, beautiful. Compliments to Garrett. He had the good stuff, man.
So Austin, I was tripped on LSD with Dean in Maui, and he got some. We doubled up. We did a double dose, and Dean told me it'd be fine. And there was a point in the trip where like the paintings start to melt, and I was like holding this little dog of my friend, and the dog looked at me and was like, "No." He's like shaking his hand, like you fucked
Let's
up. And I
go,
was
baby.
like, I was like, I'm fucking gone, man. I'm having. It's not that I was having problems, but everywhere I looked, things were like melting, and like I was like, I don't know about this, man. And I looked at Dean, and I saw this obese woman in
Oh, Jesus, Jay, you never
hang
told me
on,
a woman.
an obese woman in a convertible in Texas, and you had this accent. You're like, Chase, are you doing okay? I was like, no, man. And you're like, you're gonna come with me. We're gonna take a ride. And I was like, okay, director. And she was like, and you were like, but it was your past life. I swear it was accurate. This was this jovial big woman with this unbelievable radiating confidence that follow me. Come in my car, and we did a podcast. We walked on the beach, and I just followed Dean, and it was fine because it I felt like he had been there so many times before. I was like, I'm just gonna follow her or him, whatever this is, but it worked, and it worked well. So yeah, he
You know
he
how
he found his role.
Jason's gone and looked into his past lives, and they tell him like you were a samurai, you know. And all. People go to my past life. You were an obese West Texas woman, you know,
Jovial,
like
but you were
Earl
happy.
Coach.
You knew who you
Oh,
were. You knew who you were,
have
man.
you not heard? Oh Lord, you know, like that's
Yes,
hey,
yes.
powerful people.
Hey
Well, you know
Austin,
that.
did he have a Southern accent? Did it get strong when he was tripping?
No, I never detected that.
Okay.
But what I will give a Dean credit. He's a very good conversationalist, and he was talking to Edwin in a way that I was really impressed with because Dean is submerged into the gay subculture in a way that
I
Edwin
can't
is
believe you're not.
is too. Like
Like
they're talking of
I was doing gay conversation with Edwin, and I was looking at Austin like, are you gonna partake, man? Like, are you gonna come into this and do this shit? And Austin was like, nah, I don't know any of this. I was like, how do you? But Austin never partied. He told me this. Like, I had my gay party phase where I was hanging out with nothing but gay dudes,
You
you
were
know, and
twink.
like going out. No, never a twink, but I was definitely a gay dude going out and about, you
You were
know.
a bear.
And Austin no, I was not. I was like a young, muscle pulled up, dude. Like that sort of thing. And oh yeah, Chase, you should. I'll show you some pictures later,
Uh-huh.
Chase. You never
Oh,
saw it.
uh-huh.
Yeah, but the shit like that's important because you get the dose of the culture. Austin has zero gay culture. He doesn't know any of it, man.
Well, I
You
introduced you to gay culture at Rosie's with my buddy Fred. You got introduced hardcore, right?
uh well, you know what? That was one of my first gay experiences ever. I couldn't handle it. It was like too much. I'd never
Yeah.
been in a place 17. I didn't know any better, man, but that was a good. I'm always grateful to Fred for that experience, man. But Austin, dude, you got to like read a book or something. Like, Gay 101 just for the conversations, just for making friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it made me a little bit self-conscious, and I thought to myself, maybe I'm not gay. Maybe I'm just attracted to men, you know? But I think
Hmm.
being homosexual is there's a cultural element to it, like you're saying, Dean, that you have to be initiated into. But I also think it's a way that the brain works, and like I only get half of the equation. I only get half.
Can
But
I use
see,
that quote for young confused Christian men? Like, look, you're not gay. You're just attracted to men. I'm like, yeah, yeah, right. That's great. I like that quote. Austin Elrod.
but I will say this, man. Like, so Edwin Chase is like the vibes I got from Edwin Austin were distinctly feminine, not gay. Like and his friends are women. He hangs out with women. I asked him about this. Like, what about gay friends? And he's like, no, it's girls mainly. And his energy was distinctly feminine. Like it was something that I was like interacting with, and I was like, okay, I know this world by proxy because the gay world and the female world are very close together, but I could also feel the separation too. Because like I know the gay world, I know everything you're supposed to know. I know how to have the cocktail conversations, and we were playing along the border of that world in our conversation. But I could also see that, yeah, this guy knows the world of women inside and out. Like he knows those conversations. He knows how to hang with girls. He knows their energy and stuff like that. And so that was the bridge I could make, Austin, and I'm glad I did because it got friendly at the end, which was nice. But yeah, his energy was so distinct. I was like, okay, yeah, you're in a whole nother world. So it makes sense that you wouldn't be in that gay world either because you're not interacting with that specific vibe. Like you got to have somebody super immersed in the I'm a gay boy and I live in the gayborhood and I'm doing gay shit. Like that's the kind of person who's got to introduce you to that world.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. Edwin is very far in the like feminine direction for sure. Like incredibly so. Like he grew up with sisters, he hangs out with women. I think that's just who he
Yeah.
feels comfortable with. And but I will say it really warmed my heart because it was uncertain how you two would get along. But when you two were talking, it was like old friends, and it was really wonderful that two people I care for very deeply, you know, went, kind of like cross barriers and like just really both I could tell both of you were making an attempt to, to be nice. And you were like it felt very good and natural. So I was like totally happy walking away from that situation.
By the end of the night, everyone was in a very comfortable place. And I give Edwin credit too. He brought the music there. He was doing the music thing. They were good choices. Even the country shit was good shit. It was good, chill, mellow country stuff. He threw in a few gay songs for me, which was nice. That started conversations and stuff. Austin didn't know one of them. but
What's
but it was good, man.
so
It was
Austin? What
good.
else did you see in Dean when you were tripping, buddy?
Just interrogating him.
Come on, just spill the fucking beans. Just say it, man. Come on. What did you see?
I'm kind of
What do you want,
confused,
man?
Chase, because it's almost like you're fishing for an answer. I'm not really sure what to tell you.
Look, when I tripped with him, it was distinct. It was a large woman from Texas. You had to have seen something.
Never said woman before. You never said obese woman from
You had to have seen
Texas.
something. Something had to come
The
out. Like
director. I like that better. Director, like
well, you were
Steven
a
Spielberg.
director. You were directing.
I mean, Dean is a presence, and I didn't get gay from Dean either. Honestly,
All
I
right,
couldn't
enough of
detect.
this shit, Dean. When you were talking to Austin, did you see past his passivity? Was there anything beyond the just? The calm? Was there a storm? Was something brewing behind the scenes?
I told you, man. It was the tension, like the deep, deep
He
tension,
couldn't unwind. Yeah, like it's
No,
just
he
it's
did. He
tight.
did at the end,
But
but
not
it
at the
took a while.
peak of the trip. He unwinded when it felt good coming down from the mushrooms. That's
I,
easy.
I felt a tension that
Did
was
he take a
ever
baby
present.
dose? Did he take a baby dose? Is that what it was?
No, no, it was like a 1 gram less than me.
How
He
much?
was tripping.
How much?
Two, two.
Two? That's it? Minimum's three. Come on, guys. You know that.
Okay. Okay. But no, like with Austin, I felt like I think it was like the life tension. You know what I mean? Like job and past shit that's just always there with you. The shit that weighs on your heart, and you can and that you just become sensitive to that stuff when you're tripping. But I could see it loosen by the end. I could see the tension release, and like it was one of those things where when Austin is chilling and happy, he's a fucking great energy to be around. Just it. I was so happy to have him as like an element in the cauldron. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is better now. This got more flavor. And I felt the distinct flavor of everybody. It was Edwin, even though he was in the background. It was great to have him there. Kind person, like, hey, you guys need anything from the store? I'll go get some shit. Playing music in the background. I was all worried he was gonna like constantly being eyeing Austin, like he gonna try to fuck him or whatever. No, it was nothing like that. He was totally chill and relaxed. Bobby was great. Again, Bobby's that he's got that light to him, man. Where I was so happy that he gave me this wand chase to hold on to for the whole trip. That was beautiful. That was a great gesture. I was thumbing it the entire time. It was beautiful to have, and
Cheap
like it was
Harry
so
Potter
nice.
fucking Christmas gift. That's what that was.
And Steve has got this such a certain vibe, man. Chase, let me tell you, man. If we ever make it, let's help out Steve. Let's fucking get Steve something. Like let's fucking set him up in Oneana or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a dude who deserves like
First off,
he deserves like some help. Like he deserves a blessing.
Steve, the whole,
Blessing.
anybody knows Steve, it's because of me. Me. You know how we bonded? Cheating together in general music. That's how we fucking bonded, man. Yep.
Beautiful bonding, that's like going into the wilderness together. Like we got to get out of this,
Sat
man.
next to each other because my last name and his last name, it's a C and a D, and it was in alphabetical order, and there was a test, and neither one of us were prepared, and we used our combined brains to pass.
The past, barely, barely
That's
passed.
how I met
Yeah,
Austin's brother too, cheating. Actually, I met a lot of my good friends cheating on tests. Actually,
I do, man. That's a bond right there, and like
should
we
tell you a
both have
lot
the
about
same
me.
level of
Yeah,
morality.
yeah.
Thank God you went into helping people. You know,
Right.
You know what's weird? It's like Chase wanted to hear something negative, but you know what, Chase? It wasn't negative. It was an overall a very positive experience from everyone involved. Everyone held together. Nobody was a dick. Everyone was nice and was a good conversationalist. So, yeah, nothing bad happened, dude. So I don't want to
see,
you bring your negativity around here.
my big regret with it all because it really was a great experience. I was so happy about it. And by the way, good for Vic too. Vic was happy about it. He was like, I could tell. Like he was like, we need to do that more. He felt more invested in Oneana. Like he was like, yeah, I guess I'd better do something about Oneana at the end of it. You know what I mean? But my one regret, Austin, was I wanted Chris to be there. I wanted your brother to be there. But Chase, he went to Disney World, um, to
What?
celebrate the I knew Chase was gonna have that reaction.
In
He went.
Orlando? That's where fucking kids and fucking idiots go with their families. That's where he went. That's where he's at in his life now, huh? Maybe he
I
shouldn't come on
wanted
the show, man. That's not, you should
because Chase.
rethink
Let's
that.
be honest, man. I feel like if anybody was gonna have insights on shrooms, it would be Chris. That's the one who I want to really
Yeah,
get the
he needs
information
him. Yeah, for
on.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the end,
Disney
Austin
World?
bonded.
Why would you go to
I felt
Disney World as a grown man without kids? That didn't make any sense. I
well, maybe you
mean,
got a girlfriend. And
no,
well,
no,
you
that
know.
didn't make any sense. There's something going on. No, must have been a swinger fest or something. Who knows?
Well, Austin, I hope we can make a kind of tradition out of it. I'm going to make it a point to try to come to the States once a year, just because, again, I feel invested in people. I feel like I've got to meet people. I've got to go in person and stuff like that. So I hope this we can do a tradition out of this and just once a year hang out, shrooms or not, just hang out and
What
have
is
an
this?
evening together.
Hey, Austin, I went to Asia in like January, February last year. And I was like, Dean, I'm gonna come visit. You know what he said? Don't. Don't, it's
It
too
was
busy.
Chinese New Year,
You told
dude.
me to come. And then you canceled at the last
You
second.
didn't. You fucking picked that date like a week before you left. Like, I'm coming now and stuff. I'm coming up and
It's
stuff. The
not true.
middle of Chinese New Year,
You
the
told me to come,
disease.
then you would be off. That's what you said.
Everything's closed. It's like Tet in China, man. He's still angry about this. Mom told me you were angry about that, and I had to go conflict. Are you angry about that, Chase? Because mom told me. Told mom instead of me, And I was, I apologize, Chase. Next time, I'll make sure that you're taken care of. I promise. Does that make you feel better?
I don't think I
Okay,
told mom.
he's Austin. He'll heal in time. Okay, we'll give him some time, and he'll heal. We'll trip together, Chase, and we'll talk about this tension between us.
I think
We'll,
that's what it's going to take. Chase just
we'll,
doesn't let stuff go.
we'll take a heroic
No, he
dose, though.
doesn't.
A heroic dose.
I
I was
don't know. Come
expecting
on,
everybody to
sure.
trip, and Austin's taking 2 fucking milligrams like a little girl. Like, come on, bro.
It
What is that? You got to take at least
was
3 or 4.
enough.
No.
A 3 or 4
Austin, you felt
Chase.
it, right?
I totally felt it. It was a good. I got pretty deep into it as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was perfectly adequate, and appropriate for the situation. I wasn't trying to like go into a deep psychedelic hole and do some inner work. I was just trying to hang out with people.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Chase, I was traveling everywhere, man. I hate to say it because it's gonna make me say Chase is probably gonna. I fucking love Oneana, man. I love Oneana. I think Oneana's a good place. It's worth fighting for. It's a good spot. I like it. I like it better than the beach. Like
It's worth fighting
man,
for out of
Chase.
spite. Out of spite. Just for spite. I think
Yeah.
so.
It,
Hey, let me ask
the
you this.
beach, man. Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
if, if, when we get lots of money and we had, let's say, just money to burn, would you not
Yeah.
just level out those 2 lakes in the back and make a big one? Like just make one big ass lake so you could actually go out there and do cool shit?
Well, I'll tell you what, that second lake is huge. I was like, oh my God, it's
If you had
gigantic. I can't
combined,
believe it.
you could do whatever you wanted on your own private lake.
There must be a reason. I guess that's
It's
the
the
only
levels. It's
trail.
about 10 to 15 foot difference. But you
I
could
don't know.
level that out if you had the money. You could build
Yeah,
it's possible.
I loved it, man. It was
Dude, to have your
beautiful, man.
private lake in Alabama, that's Mecca. That's Alabama Mecca right there, dude. To have your own fucking lake to just fucking kick it, be the ultimate.
Yeah, I think Vic's made enemies of all the patterns, though. Chris has poisoned the well there. He was saying, man, all you got to
Ain't
know
hard, ain't
is,
much brain power on that side coming from that guy.
we'll, we'll see. But when we went down to the beach, mom, they fucking ruined the beach, Chase. It's over. Like, it was February, packed.
Hmm.
They've built every
I know.
inch, just
I
stuffed it
know.
in there. And they're like all these signs on private beaches. They charge all the public access. They have to have access to get in. Like they're taking away all the public access and stuff. Like we went by Seacrest, like right before Rosemary. They built all that the shit between Alice Beach and Rosemary. They built all those homes and stuff. They deny beach access to everybody north of 38. Not one. If you live in there, like the thousands and thousands of people, no one. You can't answer. Sorry, can't go in there and stuff like that. Like they're Nazis with this shit. It was just I felt sad. They ruined it. They fucking ruined it, man.
So it had a good run. It did. It's a
I
cool
guess
place.
so.
It had a good run. If you had a kick-ass place on the beach, we wouldn't be complaining, but we're not on the beach.
Did Vic show you that Seagrove one shit,
The condo.
dude? I was going up there expecting nothing. I was expecting garb. That view was so baller. The video doesn't do it justice, man. That was fucking kick ass. That would be so cool. Like, and it had a big side space. Like the balcony was extra big and stuff like that with a side area where you could put like a kind of canopy or something. Oh my God, it was
This
so baller.
this is
So
the
baller.
hard part for people to understand because most people have never had a fucking elite view. They've never had it. And when I say have it, you could experience it for a day, but to live somewhere with an elite view will change you fundamentally. Every day you get off work, you find yourself on the porch. You find
Yep.
yourself doing your calls from there, fucking having your tea
I
from
would
there,
I would
having your
never leave the porch.
breakfast out there. Like
You'd never
it's
go inside. You just live there the whole
it
time,
and your
man.
existence becomes better. It's a fundamental life changer, but you have to have it. And until you have it, you just don't understand Austin. You don't
So
know
Austin,
Austin.
this is the one high rise on 30A. Like, so it's all fucking beach houses and stuff, but they built this back in 85, you know? And the thing just it just sticks out and like you can see it a million miles away or whatever. This place Vic looked up, it was 18th floor. So how it works is like there's three kind of towers, and this is in the middle, and the 18th floor is above the other tower. So there's only two units up there. On each side, it's empty. But here's the best part, Chase. When you're up that high, you don't hear anything but the ocean. Like I was like, what about all the noise? Like you hear all the shit, the people on the beach. It's a busy area, and
No, you wouldn't hear
you hear
shit.
nothing. You just hear the ocean, and it was like the most pure ocean noise. I like it. It was just, it was cool. I was like, fuck, I don't care. It's 1985. This place is worth it.
Well, look.
It's the one place where you
I'm
can
I'm
get,
all
you know,
about cultivating bases. And these bases don't have to be exceptional. Do I love the Hawaii place? I do. Just because it's there. Just because it's
yeah.
fucking there. At Honiana, if I could build that one big ass lake in the back, totally. Be fucking exceptional. And then to be able to go to the beach, I like the idea of rotating. Let's just rotate. Fucking rotate. And you take it away from all the idiots in the family. And believe me, there's fucking a lot. You make sure that they never have access to it ever again. Ever.
No, man. That Oneana play. I only say this because it's just us, but fucking our uncles, man, that place is just saturated in his energy. Just I hated it because it was like he was so clearly claiming it, like saying this is mine, and it's a shame because it could have been, if you were gonna do the this is the family place thing, there was a way to decorate it, but instead he did the let me stick my fucking claws into this shit,
Let me
you
hang
know.
my family's photos everywhere and paint it like a house in a city. Like it's just, it needs to be
No,
torn down
man.
and redone from the beginning, man. Yeah.
That's what I said. I said, Vic, tear this fucker down. Like the house is not good for. It's just too old. It's too old. We spent all of our time outside, like and when we did hang out, it was at the dining room table. You know what I mean? We didn't sit in like the living room area or anything like that. Like the dock, that was where you wanted to be, down by the dock. But if it was a good place, well designed, it could be spectacular.
I, I'm,
Absolutely
I'm all
spectacular.
about this in my life at this point. If you have, most people never get the chance to take action. If you have the opportunity to take action, you fucking take it. You should take it. You should
Yeah,
take it.
not Vic. Not Vic. He does not have that philosophy, Chase. Does not have that philosophy.
You should take
I
fucking
tried.
action.
Non-confrontational, like just let me be passive aggressive as shit, but I'm not going to confront you on this shit. And it was upsetting to me. I was just like, you could fucking have the
That
strong
could
arm,
change.
but
That could change. We'll see.
But during
man,
the walk, you
man,
pointed out a hill. You were like, if Vic said he wanted to build a house on that hill, so why couldn't you have two houses on that property?
the uncle won't let him. Yeah, the
Really?
uncle is just has a big stink about that. It ain't like, and he's like, he refuses every time. And I tell Vic, so what? Just do it. He's not going to do anything, just fucking do it, but I don't know. That's Vic is, I don't know, man. He just doesn't, he refuses to talk to him. I had to talk to him the whole time, just like, hey, where's the keys for this? Where's this or that and stuff. So it is what it is, man. See, like that was the other thing during this trip. I was like meeting with old gay friends, who I haven't seen in years, like in San Diego and stuff. And dude, why everybody's relationships are so fucking terrible. Like, hey, it's so rare. Like everybody hates each other. That you just like you hate your family, you hate your girlfriend, you hate your boyfriend. Like, and I guess is this just normal? Is
Dude,
this just how shit is?
this same here. I don't know anybody here. I'm fucking nobody in this state.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh man, I don't have friends again or anything like that. I'm like, I don't think this is, I was like, this is interesting. This has never been an issue. I wonder if it'll be an issue here. It's not. Like immediately I have two or three friends. And it's just
Nice.
people are so desperate for friendship. Like you can
Yes.
people are I had a guy who was like, wow, that was like best conversation I've had in a year. I'm like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, dude, I was like, that's not good. That's not good, man. Like nobody has good conversations anymore. I like it's shocking at
Oh
how
yeah.
fucking isolated people are every day. I'm like, I'm so grateful it's easy for me, but I'm like, people are desperate for connection. Like it's palpable. I can feel it when they walk toward me. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? You want to hang out? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. I mean, yes. I'm like, okay. All right, we can do that.
It's
Sure.
healing, man. It's
Yeah.
healing. Like people are desperate for that kind of healing. My buddy Austin, my buddy Scott, the gay guy I went to go visit in California. He's fucking become a drunk because he hates his life.
Good
He's
for
dating
him.
now.
Good for him.
I know, right? But man, we talk deep. We talk so deep, and by the end of it, he like as I'm leaving, he fucking breaks down crying. He's like, "This." He told me the same shit. He was like, "You're the first person I've really talked to in like 10 years."
Yeah.
You know, that's the shit. That's the shit that everybody's missing out on. That's why you gotta meet people in person, man. I went down
You
there to
can do it
Oregon.
online. I can do it online. I don't have to do it in person.
All right. Chase has got the. If you're gonna pay for it, do it online. But if you really care, you'll meet in person. You know.
Yeah, but they got to pay.
All right, fair enough. By the way, Chase, I want to point out Austin did not charge me for those shrooms. Did not charge me. He made it a point. He's like, I want you to
It's
know.
interesting
Like,
because I know someone on his bloodline that would.
Well, let me tell you this
thank you,
because
Austin. That was a real blessing, man.
you're welcome, Dean. But I made it clear that I wasn't going to, so I didn't let you get away from it scot-free. I still feel like you owe me something, just a little bit,
Okay.
not a
Right,
lot,
right.
not a
Yeah.
lot by any means.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have something on my
I'll
site.
return it in kind. I promise.
On my professional site, it says, "Look, I do emergency sessions, double the price." That's what I said. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. We'll have a session double the price. It's happened twice. One time I charged, one time I didn't. The other time somebody's fucking father died. Like I need to talk, I'll
Mm.
pay. I was like, I'm not gonna. I can't charge. I can't charge you. This is crippling. Like I can't do it. Unbelievably grateful. And every single time she's like, if you ever need anything, ever,
Mm-hmm.
like it indebts people to you. Like there are times where you should not charge.
That's the
Fucking getting
call.
petty on stupid fucking shit because you got a cunt girlfriend will cost you in the long run. It will.
Yeah, well, let me say, this kind of like social connectivity, it's priceless. Like to maintain a friendship for a few dollars, like what's a good friendship worth, you know?
Right.
It's immense, it's priceless. You
Right.
can't bring up money with friends, you know? That's how I feel about it.
Well, and it's also saying Dean's friendship to me is worth a couple of dollars, and it's I'll sure, yeah,
It's a precious feeling, man.
a
A couple dollars.
fistful of dollars, yeah.
Just full of dollars, goddamn, precious, precious, precious. And man, I got to tell you that, like, I did feel a nice seal over those friendships there. Like it's established
Oh,
now. Like,
oh,
we've been
dude.
talking online, but talking to Bobby in person and stuff, I was like, I got a
Dean,
friend.
if you ever come here, I found there's this old fucking native guy in the parking lot. He's
Yeah.
always the guys would come up to him and he hands them shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on there, man? And I was asking people around, he's like, dude, he sells like enchiladas and burritos and shit for real cheap.
Oh,
I was like, oh man, no way.
okay.
His name's Hot Shot. And
Hot shot.
you have to
Damn.
know his
Oh,
name. You have to know the name. So I woke
otherwise,
up.
he's not gonna talk to you. He's
Yeah,
not gonna talk to
apparently. I drove up. I was like, yo, Hot
you.
Shot. I was like, I'm new here. He's like, dude, I want a burrito. He's like, that's $3. And I was like, you know what, man? I got five. Is that enough money to get a burrito? And he's like, you got five? I'm gonna give you two. I was like, oh, really, man? You're gonna
Oh,
It's great. It's fantastic. A little
gotcha.
conversation there. I got two burritos for $5.
See, I think you're gonna find again. I think it's gonna fucking
I
tinker
like these
away.
natives. I like how they work,
Uh,
man. Yeah, he went right along with us. Is $5 enough for that $3 burrito? He goes, you know what? I believe it is. In fact, I'm gonna give you two. I was like, really? I was like,
yeah, man.
yeah.
Now I want you to make all those connections, man.
Dude, they're just
All
like the
you got all the
Hawaiians.
names.
These
Everybody.
stupid little conversations that are fucking fantastic, man.
You should
Fantastic.
only use the Indian names. Like, hey, it's my brother Dean. This is sits
Oh,
on toilet,
oh,
whatever.
this was serendipitous. This was fucking
Okay.
this was a synchronicity room in Austin. So I was testing this little junkie teen that I see. Like three times in the session, I tell him my name's Chase, and at the end of it, I go, "Now, what's my name?" And he goes, Chief, and I was like, "That's correct. That's correct. You will call me Chief. And he's like, okay,
Chief,
Chief. And that's what he calls me now. It's fantastic.
chief,
Chief.
chief.
Now, do you think that's problematic because of the power differential that you're
Shut up, Boston. Shut the fuck up. It's a great name.
I think that may, I think that might be an ethical
Therapeutic. He's
line.
gonna look up to me as a man of wisdom, and that's exactly how he should look to me.
Chase, do you think you're gonna save anybody there?
Um, save some money on those burritos. I'll say that.
Maybe Chase, maybe you'll get inducted into the tribe. You know, like they're like, we're gonna make you an honorary member. You know, that
It's
would be pretty
it's
cool.
just fascinating that they all believe in Bigfoot. They're all a little hesitant, and then they all have a story. I'm like, this is fucking. These are my people. These are great.
Real quick, what are the Indians? What kind of Indian are they?
Apache. Well, it's a mix. Apache and Navajo
Whoa.
and some Comanche.
Oh, those are like the greatest Indians of all time, man. Holy shit. Wow.
It's interesting because you got the ones that work hard, that have got the good, like they've adapted.
Yeah.
It's it's an interesting system. I credit the United States for the ultimate fucking Monte Cristo move. It's like,
Sure.
okay, we'll give them this land and we'll give them a place to. All you got to do is pay the electric bill. If you can produce like $100 a month, you got a place to stay. But there's no jobs and no opportunities around, so all you can do is get high and fuck. Like it's the ultimate. You can stay alive, but there's nothing to do, or you can go off and grind and come back and take care of the people that don't do anything and sit at home all day. And it
Any
is
casinos? Any casino money or anything?
everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know who runs the casinos. And
Oh,
apparently,
that's
from what I've heard, it's the lower class, and there is no middleman, and there's a couple people on top. There is no
yeah.
middleman.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's interesting, but I like them, man. I like them better than the Hawaiians.
It's probably fuck the Hawaiians. I had bad experiences with many Hawaiians, man.
The Hawaiians to me are so fractured as a people. These guys are cooler. There's something about
Yeah.
them that they still got, so I like them. Yeah.
I'll come
I
visit you out there.
feel
By the way, Steve says he wants to drive out there, Jason. I really believed him. I think he does want to come out there and see it, you know.
What do you feel, Austin? You feel something in your pants? What do you feel?
Mm.
I feel like given the opportunity, like an Apache would show you their culture. I think they're proud of their culture. I think there's a lot. It's very cool, right? I never got that impression from Hawaiians that they wanted to share it with you. You know that they wanted you to be part of it.
I think the picture I've gotten so far is there's just remnants of the culture and they're not even aware of it anymore. I think there's a couple people that still practice it hard and they ain't coming to
Yeah.
see me. They ain't
Yeah.
coming. Like that woman I talked about at the beginning of the
Indians in the
podcast, like,
tribe.
look at this white doctor, don't touch me. I think she's probably hardcore Apache, but when I've talked to them, they're just like, "Oh yeah, this tradition. Why do you do that?" I don't know. It's a good question. I'm like, "Damn." Like it's
Yeah.
they've slowly adapted and there's just remnants of what's left. But I do think they do say there is some shaman and shit. Like some hardcore ones in the community, but I ain't gonna run into them unless I really press. Which I hope I get to run. I would love to run into them, dude. That would be fucking fascinating.
To this day at West Point, they still study Apache ambush tactics. They say they were the greatest in the world. Apache ambush tactics. They're still studied to this day at West Point College because they were so revolutionary. Like just
It's interesting because there's this one guy. He does. I guess he does the security. He's pretty. He's adaptive. He's a product of the system. He's military, but he's completely native. And I had this
okay.
flash of him in my head. It's random that it's just him, just without the uniform. He's bald, but he's got long hair, and he's just running. And and I think these Apaches had these runners that would run like 40, 50 miles a day to relay messages or something like that. And I've been talking to him, and he does ultra marathons. And I was like, "You do
Uh,
what?" He goes, "Dude, I'll run 100 miles." I was like,
that's the
"Really?"
David Goggins shit. Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
hard, hardcore. Yeah.
Hardcore shit. But it does kind of solidify that I do feel like I got something sometimes. And it's never with me, but it's with other people. And it's very random, but like sometimes you get a flash, and I wonder. But yeah, I do ultra marathons. It's like really, I had visions of you running. It's interesting.
that sort of those premonitions. When I was
Premonition.
hanging out with Dad, I saw I was just trying. I was making conversation. I was there for three
Well,
days. Just
dude,
I
when
was
I do shrooms, I always have premonitions. Like I always see something. I can't believe y'all didn't see any. That's why it's so shocking to me. I'm not pressing for negative or positive, but
in the moment. In the
something,
moment, Yeah.
something.
But no, what I was gonna say is I was talking to. We were just going through pictures and come across Pookie. Chase, that woman
Palm
was the
reader.
most popular woman in all of Lubbock. Like every picture, just new people, new women. Like that's her friend from this, is her friend from this, and stuff. And I think she had the shining. She had the touch or something. Because apparently, like that woman just could bond with anybody.
Do you know
And I
she
saw them.
used to read palms? Did you know that?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about it. Daddy Dean's not the one to ask about that, but that's fascinating.
I got
Yeah,
two memories of her, and one of them when I was real, I'd sleep with her at night sometimes. She'd tell me stories about this horrible child named Vic that did all these
yeah.
horrible things. But the other one, she would read my palm sometimes, or she'd read someone else's. And she told me, she's like, Chase, they think this is a trick. She goes, but I always see what's there. And I was like, really?
Whoa.
Yeah, she believed in it.
Yeah.
She she had the gift. And Austin, it's been passed on to me. I have the gift. You obviously don't have any gifts. So, it's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, Chase. I appreciate your honesty.
Welcome.
Mm. Well,
Well, I might
guys,
be
that's
coming to live with you soon.
Why
Sorry.
why did you say that? And why is Steve
that
planning
was
to
my
come?
fault. That was my fault, Chase, because I think Austin needs a good dose of Chase. That's what I felt. As I was there, I was like, dude, you got to get out of this place and just go. I was thinking like Hawaii, just spend like a few weeks out there, a month, just totally washing off the stink of Huntsville. You know,
It's a
like
stink. It
I think
really
that,
is, man. Yeah.
Are we family
like
now? Can I impose upon you that much? Would you kick me out, Chase? Could you look me in the face and say, "Get out of here, Austin"?
Absolutely.
Oh, I
No
don't want
problem
you
at
here
all.
anymore.
Yeah, totally. It would be
Damn,
fun.
dude.
It'd be a
That would
pleasure.
crush that would crush me. I thought we were family. You can't kick me out.
There was a so I'm at this town at the top of the mountain and it's cold and it's a good I like this place. I don't like the location. And I could live at the bottom of the mountain. It's a little further, but it's more of a you're in touch with civilization. Yeah,
yeah.
dude. I was trying to find a place and this chick with three kids was like, I'm renovating a place. I was like, yeah, show me. And it's like a house. And she's like, I'll rent it to you for cheap. I was like, I know the vibes here. There's attraction and there's something
Uh,
going on. But I was like, you written for it for how much? I was like, let me tell you something. She's fixing. I was go, you fix this up and you're gonna charge me that, I will come and rent this. It's three bedrooms, two bath for like nothing.
huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I don't need this. But she's charging me a price of a one bedroom, one bath. I'm like, look, you fix that up, I'll come move down, man. So if I get that, yeah, feel free to come down. Sure.
Austin, did you hear that, man? Confirmed. Confirmed. You see that?
In the desert of New Mexico, you want to come down? It's
It's a
quite lovely.
spiritual place, dude. That's a
Sure.
very spiritual place. Yeah.
Nuclear site. Yes. Radiation still comes through. That's spirituality, right? Yeah. Same thing.
Sure. Hey, when one day we're on the couch together and you look at your watch, you say, "I can't believe you've been here 3 months, Austin." I go, "Are you telling me I should leave, Chase? Why would you bring that up?" And you go, don't worry about it. And we're gonna watch Ancient Aliens
Oh,
together,
You
hang
chip
out.
in a
there's
little
been people coming
compensation. I
in and
don't
out of
fucking care what you do, man. Yeah.
dude. There's been people coming in and out of Chase's life for years. That's me. I come in there for a few months at a time and then leave. Like it's just people come and go. Man, Kelsey,
I am
Dan,
a proponent that different locations are healthy. That's why I like this idea of rotation. Energy in different places is Huntsville energy is unique and nobody leaves. That's what terrifies me about that place. Like, you guys got to get
yeah.
the fuck out of there. Like, you can go back, that's fine, but get the fuck out for a while, please. Like,
People
it's
were
healthy.
praising Huntsville a little too much. I didn't like it. Talking about, oh, it's the new biggest city. Oh, it's a great place. I was like, what? What are you guys talking? What are you talking? I didn't like that. I don't like all that praise for Huntsville shit. Like when Chris took me on a tour of Huntsville, he's like, "Oh, I'll show you around. This is our historical courthouse." And
Huntsville
I'm
had
just
one redeeming quality. You would go over that hill into Jones Valley, and it was beautiful. It was farmland in the middle of a city. It was fucking unique. It was picturesque, and they sold out, and there is no farmland left. It is just fucking city. And it's like, oh, that's all that's, there's nothing special left. This place is, it's nothing. It's nothing to me, man. Yeah, nothing. Useless.
I agree. I don't even know if it ever had soul, but there's none left, in
What
my
is
opinion.
what's so are you serious about that or is Steve serious about that? I can't tell.
We are serious about it.
Oh.
You want to talk about it off camera?
All right,
If I
guys,
get
that's over an hour.
if I
Yeah,
land that place, yeah, I'll let you guys know for sure.
sweet. All right, guys, I think that was a solid comeback episode. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for listening to the Divine Brothers podcast. We will see you next week. Bye bye.